Hey YouTubians, it's Vanita, it's Evil Bunny. What's up? I'm an INTJ and I'm gonna talk about the holidays. Yeah. Okay, come on, let's do this. Hey, so Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year. Yeah, so I'm an INTJ and I grew up in a very strict Christian sect. And as a result of both being an INTJ and growing up in a very strict Christian religion, where we didn't celebrate holidays at all, as a result, I don't value holidays. I just started celebrating my birthday when I was like 18. Now, before that, and I'm going to preface that by saying, I did celebrate a couple of birthdays. Like, I remember my mom having a big birthday for my fourth birthday. I remember doing something maybe for my 10th birthday. I remember having something with a lot of girls at my house. And then I know I didn't have a sweet 16. I'm half Dominican. I definitely didn't have a quinceañera. And then I started to celebrate it regularly on my own when I was 18. And since then, I do celebrate my birthday every year, even though I'm kind of tired and over it. But I guess I still do to make up for a lot of years that I didn't. So as an INTJ, we're kind of like straight and to the point and don't like a lot of, BS and, and then traditions are like a thing, where it's not as important. So I'm actually really interested, and I made it a point not to Google INTJs and holidays for this video because I am interested in other INTJs and what their stance are and how and to what extent do they celebrate certain holidays. So I'm going to go through holiday by holiday and tell you like how I celebrated and or not celebrated and just kind of like my history with it. And I plan on making a whole nother video about the religion I was part of, although you probably could guess what it is at this point. So if we talk about Christmas, for example, I have never celebrated Christmas. I've never celebrated it. Like maybe stuff that happened in school, but as far as like kind of like the traditional Western way of celebrating Christmas with the tree and the gifts and all that, I did not do that. I never did. Absolutely never. I never celebrated Christmas ever. I think one time I tried to do a private thing on my own. Mind you, I was a child when I did this. I think I made like a tree that I made and I put felt on it. And then I was just like for myself, but I never celebrated Christmas. Now that being said, I don't want you to think like I had a sad childhood. Like I got a lot of gifts because of not celebrating holidays and birthdays. I used to get gifts all year round and I was, very loved. But I did not celebrate Christmas at all. And so now I just naturally don't feel like celebrating it. I guess there's also the element of religion and just kind of like, I know that Jesus was not born on December 25th and it's a whole thing. So like, it's a whole thing. And that doesn't even make sense. And there's a lot of, I don't partake in that. So Thanksgiving, I do celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't celebrate it, once again, as traditional as others do, but probably for the past 3 or 4 Thanksgivings, interestingly enough, and I don't know if I'm going to do it for this Thanksgiving, but interestingly enough, I've made a chicken or a turkey and stuffing and cranberry for whoever I was dating at the time. So I've done this for 2 different guys in the past 4 years, I believe, where I've invited them over and I've had dinner with them, and then I've also had like family and stuff. Not a lot, probably just like my mom or something. And the whole thing, and I made, Thanksgiving meal for them, and I know that they really appreciated it, and I liked doing it. It made me feel very domestic, I guess. I don't know. So I do like Thanksgiving. I don't like making a turkey for Thanksgiving. I don't think I'm going to be doing that again. I don't even think I'm going to do that anymore, but I do like the idea of making food and then eating it because I'm a foodie. I think it has more to do with being a foodie than actually the spirit of Thanksgiving, whatever that is. Like Native Americans, that's all I have to say. Obviously I grew up Christian, so that kind of excludes other holidays. New Year's, for example. New Year's is weird. New Year's is weird. New Year's is weird for me emotionally. I don't know why. It's not like I ever had a bad event happen on a New Year's. Let me move my hair to the other side for this. I never had a bad New Year's, but I do know that every New Year's, and this is in my introduction video too, every New Year's and July 4th, sometimes I miss July 4th for work reasons, but I've watched the Twilight Zone marathon and stayed inside. I'm terrified of New Year's. I'm terrified. I just want to put that out there. I don't know what it is. I just always have this feeling that like the end of the world is New Year's. Like I don't want to be outside. I don't want to be too far from home. There was a New Year's maybe 1 or 2 years ago where I was in a relationship and he slept over at my house on that New Year's. We did watch Twilight Zone because that's a tradition in my life. I have to watch the Twilight Zone marathon on Sci-Fi. And it's like a whole community too. Like the Twilight Zone New Year's Sci-Fi community. We're on IMDb. Go to IMDb, search Twilight Zone. And us freaking nerds, we are there like doing a play-by-play topic. Shout out to Howling Man. Shout out to Sally Loves TZ or Sally Loves Sitcoms. She used to always make the thread. Maybe I'll make the thread this year. You never know. It's about to be popping off. And I've been watching this since the inception of the Twilight Zone marathon, which is when I was like a little kid. And I've been doing that for like, I don't know, like 20 years now. It's sad, but it feels so comforting to me. It's a tradition that I made. You know, well, Sci-Fi made it, but it's a tradition that I have for myself that makes me feel very comforted, and it reminds me of being a child, and I really like it. So one New Year's, I did spend it. I remember spending a couple where maybe I was with my aunt. This one in particular, I was with a boyfriend, and we went to an Italian restaurant that was nearby to my house, and I remember we had a really cool meal, and then we came back and watched more Twilight Zone, and that was probably my best New Year's. I did enjoy spending that with him. And I loved that New Year's. That was a great New Year's. I was talking to my friends and spending it with him, and we watched the ball drop. But we were home and we were safe, and I felt comforted because I was watching Twilight Zone and I was close to home and I was with someone that I felt very comforted by. In general, I don't see myself going even out on the holidays. Like, I'm afraid of going out on holidays. Like, I'm afraid of going out on Christmas. I'm afraid of going out on New Year's. I don't know why. It's just the thing because I'm so used to it. It's like a mental block in my mind. I don't know that I want to celebrate those holidays in a more traditional way. It's just something that's a block in my head. And I actually enjoy the way I spend New Year's. I would like to, you know, one day if I'm married or if I have children, bring them into the Twilight Zone. I'd like to do that or do things that are close to home. As long as it's close to home, I feel very comforted. I don't know if I'll ever be the girl with the Christmas tree. Ooh, I don't know. I really don't know. Now, birthdays I do. Birthdays, I'll do it up, and I like the idea of a birthday. Now I probably do. What I like to do is I like to do 3 days of birthday, especially, yeah, over the weekend and then the day of. So I like to do something with family and then things with my friends. And then if I'm dating someone, something with the person I'm dating. And then maybe something with a different set of friends that can't come to my big friend thing. So I like to keep all my worlds separate, for one. And I do like that with birthdays. But once again, I went many years in my childhood not celebrating birthdays. And I did feel left out. But it was also part of just, you know, what I grew up in. And it's been difficult kind of changing that, but I've done it, and since I was 18, I've celebrated my birthdays, and the birthdays that I did have under 18, I really cherished those photos because I did appreciate having those birthdays. But it also, every new birthday is slightly depressing too, and not for that reason, just kind of like life being depressing. So I am so interested right now. I want to know what your favorite holiday is, and if you're not an INTJ, it's fine, whatever. I just want to know what your favorite holiday is. And if you are an INTJ, how do you handle holidays? Are you totally in it? Are you in the holiday spirits? Oh my God, are you that person? I know you're not. So then tell me exactly how you celebrate the holidays, who you spend it with, and where you spend it. And do you watch the Twilight Zone marathons? Maybe I'm going to live stream my Twilight Zone marathon this year. Baby, do you guys want to watch me in my home just like being a complete weirdo? I don't freaking know. But that was this bunny. This is my take on holidays, and it was great talking to you guys. I'll report back later. Bye. Is this thing on? Oh my god. It's me, Christy. What's up, guys? It's me, Christy, the ESFP, and I have so many things to tell you. Say it.